I work in the construction industry, an industry dominated by gender, a very unforgiving industry where the idea of manliness is used as a yardstick to determine whether someone is fit to work alongside their colleagues. In this bravado and testosterone-fueled arena, a sinister and brutal secret lies hidden beneath the scaffolding and the piles of bricks. And that is mental health disorders in the construction industry are a serious big no-no. If Mr. Typical co-worker on a building site would belittle you for just being cold, or maybe pulling a muscle, after picking up a heavy load, then what chance would you have if you're feeling a bit down the dumps, or worse, stressed, anxious, grieving, or just having a bad day? The reality is, in construction, stress and depression are just as prevalent as it would be in a high-powered executive scenario, like stockbroking or an under-pressure nurse in a hospital. There's no hiding place for mental health. Statistically, more than 1 in 4 people suffer from mental health issues from one degree to another. Furthermore, despite a strong push from the health and safety executive to be more open about mental health, most people still see it as a stigma or a taboo subject. The reality is actually terrifying, with a whopping 26% of construction industry professionals considered taking their own lives. The British Association for Counselling and Psychotherapy have recently published a new report, and staggeringly, this is what they have to say. The results show the worrying prevalence of mental health difficulties, with 70% of respondents experiencing depression and 80% experiencing anxiety over the past year. What kind of issues are construction workers facing? Well, it includes, but not restricted to, working long hours, time spent away from family, not having enough time to complete tasks, bullying and harassment, equality and diversity issues, job insecurity, and the lack of support from HR. All the above is quite concerning, considering 56% of construction professionals work for organisations with no policy on mental health in the workplace. As a line manager in the construction industry, I am sensitive to mental health issues, and I've raised the importance of this to my managing director, suggesting that I might be the mental health champion for the company. I believe, like some of my colleagues, that I'm a 21st century manager and that soft skills are actually hard skills. What I mean by this is that if you show empathy, compassion to a line report, they are more willing to be open and honest with you. And on top of that, they'll respect you, they'll work harder and go the extra mile, helping you getting the task in hand achieved. They'll respect you far more than a whipcracker. But as Torrington et al. Says, creating a compassionate and caring environment is easier said than done. So proceed with care and manage your expectations. I have at least 20 operatives who will discuss personal matters with me at any one time. I usually tell them that they can talk to me about anything, but that I don't have all the answers, but I do have 2 ears. I think it's important that members of staff feel they can openly discuss mental health issues with you as freely as they might discuss bad back or stomach problem. In my mind, it really is no different. So here's the big contradiction. To get onto sites legally, you must have a CSCS card and undergo various degrees of training. Now, I recently did a 5-day training course called SMSTS, which is a senior manager's toolbox on how to run a project from a health and safety perspective, basically doing it right as per the HSE guidelines. Astonishingly, 25% of the material was related to health and well-being, and in particular mental health. But in my opinion, looking at the people who work with me or the other trades that I deal with on site, the construction industry has a long way to go. Massive influential organisations such as the HSE are really highlighting this area of health and safety and warning those that just paying lip service to mental health and well-being will continue to fail. Until the walls of manliness are broken down, very little will change over the next 10 to 20 years. As 21st century managers, we must take it upon ourselves to make changes, and making little changes to make big differences. Regular sessions such as one-to-ones, appraisals and reviews, as per the Health and Safety Executive 2020, should be a forum to address mental health and well-being, and this forum should be underpinned by openness and honesty.